For over 60 years, Spider-Man hasn't just been a superhero, he's been a mirror. A reflection of insecurity, responsibility, guilt, ambition, and hope. And somehow, across animation, television, and decades of comics, 3 live-action actors became the definitive faces of that reflection. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. Ask a random person on the street who Spider-Man is, and one of those 3 names comes out almost instantly. And that's the problem, because everyone has their Spider-Man. The one they grew up with, the one that gets the character, the one they swear is untouchable. But what if nostalgia isn't the same thing as accuracy? What if popularity isn't the same thing as understanding the character? And what if the Spider-Man we think is the best actually misses the point? Before we get into rankings, if you enjoy these kinds of breakdowns, hit that subscribe button right now and don't miss out on more videos like this. It really helps the channel grow and keeps you updated on every release.
Wait. I love you guys. Thank you.
Now let's do something dangerous. Let's rank the 3 live-action Spider-Men, not by vibes, not by memes, not by box office, but by how well they embody the core philosophy of Spider-Man. And yes, someone has to come last. Tom Holland's Spider-Man is the most modern, the most commercially successful, and arguably the most emotionally accessible to newer audiences. On paper, he should be unbeatable. He's young, he's awkward, he's charming, and when the movies slow down long enough to let him breathe, Tom Holland delivers genuinely powerful performances. His death in Infinity War hits. His grief after Aunt May's death hits. His breakdown in No Way Home hits. But here's the issue. Those moments are isolated. They don't compound. Spider-Man is supposed to grow through consequence. Tom's version resets. Every film promises independence, and every film walks it back. He is constantly framed as needing supervision, backup, or validation from someone bigger. Iron Man, S.H.I.E.L.D., Doctor Strange, Nick Fury, the multiverse itself. In the comics, Peter Parker turns down the Avengers because being Spider-Man isn't about prestige. It's about responsibility at street level. Tom's Spider-Man keeps being told he's the friendly neighborhood hero while being placed in globe-trotting, universe-shattering conflicts that remove the intimacy of his struggle. Even when he learns a lesson, the next movie undoes it. That's not character growth, that's narrative hesitation. By the end of No Way Home, the pieces finally fall into place. He's alone. He's anonymous. He's broke. He's sewing his own suit. Now he's Spider-Man. Which means, paradoxically, Tom Holland hasn't truly played Spider-Man yet. He's been circling the role. The potential is there. Massive potential. But potential is not execution. That puts him third, not because of Tom, but because of the system surrounding him. Andrew Garfield is the opposite problem. Andrew is Spider-Man the moment he puts on the mask. His movement is fluid, his combat feels improvised, his web swinging is hands down the best we've seen in live action. He fights like a spider, thinks like a scientist, and reacts like a human being under pressure. This is the Spider-Man who feels intelligent in motion, the one who problem solves mid-fight, the one who builds his own tech and understands it. And emotionally, Andrew Spider-Man carries visible trauma. He doesn't joke to hide fear. He jokes to survive it. His grief after Gwen's death lingers. His silence says more than most monologues ever could. So why isn't he number 1? Because relatability matters. Peter Parker isn't supposed to be the coolest guy in the room. He's not the tallest, the most confident, or the most effortlessly charming. He's awkward without irony, invisible without trying. Andrew's Peter feels like someone you'd admire, not someone you are. And then there's the writing. The Amazing Spider-Man films constantly interrupt their momentum with indecision. Relationships stall, conflicts repeat, emotional beats undercut themselves. Andrew gives everything he has, but the story keeps tripping over its own feet. Ironically, No Way Home redeems him. It gives his Spider-Man closure, maturity, and quiet dignity. For a moment, you can see the version of Spider-Man he should have been allowed to finish. He lands in second place, brilliant, tragic, and unfinished. Which brings us to Tobey Maguire. Tobey's Spider-Man doesn't impress you. He wears you down. This is a Peter Parker who loses constantly. Loses money, loses love, loses confidence, loses time. Tobey's Spider-Man doesn't ask if being a hero is cool. It asks if it's worth it. Bills pile up, jobs disappear, relationships crumble. And in Spider-Man 2, Peter gives up being Spider-Man not because it's hard, but because it's destroying his chance at a normal life. This is the only live-action Spider-Man where great power, great responsibility actually hurts. Tobey's performance is quiet, restrained, almost painfully human. He doesn't need constant dialogue because his face carries the weight of every choice. When he lets MJ go, you feel the cost. When he stands up again, you believe it matters. This Spider-Man understands the Lee and Ditko philosophy. Peter Parker isn't heroic because he wins. He's heroic because he keeps choosing responsibility even when it ruins him. That's why Tobey's Spider-Man remains unmatched. Not because he's flashy, but because his iteration understood the character at his most vulnerable. Tobey Maguire isn't the coolest Spider-Man. He isn't the most athletic. He isn't the most expressive. He's the most true.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
So yes, rankings can change. Andrew could have been first with better films. Tom might still claim the crown if the next chapter commits fully. But right now, Tobey Maguire is the best live-action Spider-Man because he embodies the one thing Spider-Man has always stood for: sacrifice without applause. Now, the real question isn't who we picked, it's who you did. Which Spider-Man represents the character best to you, and why? Is it nostalgia, performance, writing, or something deeper? Let me know. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to let us know which is your favorite iteration of Spider-Man in the comments below. See you guys later.